Hey, what's up, guys? It's Steve, Basketball with Steve. Now, I was doing some thinking, and I kind of said this before, but I don't think you guys really took it in, so I decided why not make a video about it. But this is for 2014-15, 2015-16, and it kind of shows to be true in the NBA Finals why Andre Iguodala won MVP over Curry in the Finals, and, Draymond Green would have won in 2015-16 if, they would have won, but they didn't because obviously LeBron is the GOAT. But anyway, Klay Thompson is more valuable than Stephen Curry. And here's the reason why. Now, Stephen Curry is obviously the best player on that team. Well, not anymore because that goes to Kevin Durant. But Stephen Curry was obviously the best player on that team from 2014-15, 2015-16. However, Klay Thompson was more valuable. And the reason is, now, when you look at Klay Thompson's stats, he averages 22, 4, and 2. And when you look at that, you're probably like, well, that's really not that great. But that's because when we look at stats, we tend to compare that to all-time greats stats like Melo, LeBron, Wade, Kobe, Jordan, Kareem. Players that have put up crazy numbers like LeBron 28, 8 and 8, Melo 28, 7 and 3. D-Wade 29, 5 and 5, Kobe 30, 5 and 5, Jordan 20. No, I almost said 20. Chill out. Jordan 37, 5 and 5. Like you get used to those crazy numbers, but we have to understand that those players are in an entirely different universe than Klay Thompson. Now, Klay Thompson is great, and he's a great two-way player, but he's not a franchise player. But that doesn't mean he's not more valuable than Curry. He's more valuable than Curry because Stephen Curry cannot guard an elite point guard. He can't guard Kyrie. He can't guard Dame Lillard. He definitely can't guard Westbrook. Let's be real for a second. No one can guard that man. He can't guard Westbrook. He can't guard CP3. All these elite point guards. And I don't even think he could guard Derrick Rose. And Derrick Rose isn't even as elite as he used to be. He's still elite, but I don't even think he could guard Derrick Rose. So he can't guard any of those players. They could put him on him, but those players are gonna drop crazy numbers on Curry. That's why, for the most part, who do you see on those elite point guards? Oh, that's right, Klay Thompson. Who do you see on those elite forwards like Kawhi, like LeBron, like Carmelo, like KD? Oh, right, we see Klay Thompson. Why? Because he's a great two-way player, and that's why he's more valuable to the team than Stephen Curry. Not only is he assigned to scoring 20-plus points per game, he's also assigned to playing lockdown D like Lockdown Steve. Let me stop. He's assigned to play lockdown D when it matters. Throughout the entire game, he's locking down the best player on the opposing team. Whether it's LeBron, whether it's Kyrie. I almost said Kawhi. I was thinking Kawhi and Kyrie at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Melo, KD, whoever it is, he's assigned to guard those players. And so yeah, he has to do that. And he has to score 20 points per game. I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to be a good two-way player. Kobe was a two-way player. MJ's a two-way player. LeBron's a two-way player. Melo is not really. Sometimes he is. Sometimes he isn't. D-Wade's a two-way player. It's really hard to be a two-way player because defense is tiring as hell. Defense is hard. A lot of players make the mistake. They look at their eyes. They look at the ball. You're supposed to look at the hips. Whichever way the hips are facing, that's the way the player is gone. Because the hips don't lie. You can't have your hips facing one way but be moving the opposite direction. That's not possible. So that's why you always look at a player's hips. But anyway, let me stop coaching. That's why Klay Thompson is more valuable. Now, let's talk about Game 6 of the 2016 Western Conference Finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder are up 3 games to 1. Well, 3 games to 2. And what happens? Yeah, Curry drops 31. But what happens? Klay Thompson drops 41 when they needed it the most. And it was either win or go home for the Warriors. And who showed up big? Klay Thompson, both on the offensive end and on the defensive end. Now, I'm not saying Stephen Curry didn't show up because 31 points, that's hard to do. But let's be real for a second. 41 points and lockdown D. Let's be real for a second. I think he shot 14 of 31, which isn't really, it's efficient because it's 47%. But, it's not amazing, but it's still pretty good. So, anyway, man, Klay Thompson is just so unappreciated over there, man. He's obviously their best, their most valuable player. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Klay Thompson is more valuable than Curry, or do you think Curry's more valuable than Klay Thompson? There can be counter arguments like, oh, well, Curry carries the load offensively, but, Curry averaged, 8 points more than Klay? I mean, come on. And he takes more shots, I'm not saying Curry's not a better player because he obviously is, but all I'm saying is Klay Thompson more valuable, and that's why I hate the MVP award because it's stupid. Anyways, Mr. Steve, I'm out of here. Peace.